I do want to set off this disclaimer. It is very early into the season. Do you understand that? It's very early into the NBA season. So things are going to change. Teams are going to get hot. Teams are going to go cold. It happens every year. So we're just having fun with the game. Way early. It's November 12th. But let's have fun with it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Portland Trailblazers were one of the best teams in the NBA. I believe they were the 3rd seed, somewhere along the lines of that last year. They're usually really good. I could be wrong about that seeding, but they're really always in that top of the top in the Western Conference. Portland, they made it to the Western Conference Finals last year, though they got swept by the Warriors. They seem to somehow, some way find themselves in the mix, and they're a really good regular season team, but they're off to a very slow 4-6 start through 10 games this season. Damian Lillard has been amazing. He's averaging 33 points, 6.8 assists. He's already got a 60-point game, but he's not getting a lot of consistent help anywhere else. That includes CJ McCollum. CJ's averaging a respectable 20 points a game. That's a little down for his standard. Hassan Whiteside, who they acquired in the offseason, he's averaging 15 points. Rodney Hood, who stepped up a lot for the Portland Trailblazers in the playoffs last year, only giving you 10 points a game. Obviously, Yusuf Nurkic tore his ACL last year. It's no telling when he'll be back into the lineup. I'm looking at this Portland Trailblazers team like, yeah, y'all added Whiteside. I like Anthony Simons. But compared to what the other teams did, y'all got better a lot less than a lot of other teams. The Lakers added Anthony Davis. The Clippers added Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. The Warriors, obviously they're without Klay Thompson, but let's call a spade a spade. They did add an all-star in D'Angelo Russell. They're just unhealthy right now, and some of those guys off that Warriors bench are pretty good. Again, Warriors just a banged-up team. The Rockets added Russell Westbrook. I'm looking up and down. Even the Jazz, they added Mike Conley, who I believe is much better than adding Hassan Whiteside, an undisciplined player with a lot of talent. Just ain't showed it to me every night in the league. I'm looking at Portland like everybody else is getting better, and you guys are still talking about how y'all don't feel like y'all need to go out and recruit. Portland, y'all better wake up, because y'all could easily find yourselves as a 7 or 8 seed. And I'm watching that Minnesota Timberwolves team. They're hot right now. They look like to be one of the teams that are ready to take the next step going forward and make the playoffs. Phoenix is hot. Look, somebody's got to come out of that playoff picture. We obviously understand the Warriors are likely not going to make the playoffs. But look, D'Angelo Russell's going to keep that team in a lot of games. Let's be clear. If the Lakers and the Mavs are going to come into the playoffs and take out the Warriors and maybe the Spurs, there still need to be some more movement. Minnesota's look like they're making a move. Phoenix making a move. I'm looking at this Western Conference playoff picture. Like Portland, y'all better get it together soon. We get to around January, February. If this team is hovering around 9th or 10th in the West, the Trailblazers got some big-time decisions to make. And that question to me starts with CJ McCollum. I don't trade Damian Lillard. He's a star of my franchise. He's a bucket getter. He's just too damn great. I can't go find another Damian Lillard. But would I be willing to trade CJ McCollum if I could get something along the lines of an expiring contract, but it's an all-star caliber player? Now, I'm looking up and down these rosters. Again, it's early in the season. We don't know who will be in tank mode. The Raptors are number 3 in the East. I thought they'd be right there, but a lot of people didn't. Let's say the Raptors weren't good. I could very well see maybe Portland calling the Raptors and say, yo, we'll trade you CJ. Can we get Ibaka and Mark? You know what I mean? I'm just throwing out some trade options out there. I'm looking up and down this Eastern Conference. Maybe you call the Pacers to gauge their interest on trading Oladipo. I doubt it. The hot one out there that everyone's talking about is Kevin Love. Kevin Love makes a lot of money, and my question is, obviously Kevin Love is from the Portland, Oregon area. Can you pull off a trade for Kevin Love without trading CJ McCollum? And if the Cavaliers want CJ McCollum, though he doesn't fit with what they got right now in Cleveland, they already got 2 young guards and Darius Garland and Colin Sexton. My question is, do you have enough of the Cavs to make this trade? We know the Cavaliers would like to get off from paying Kevin Love's contract, but that Cleveland Cavalier team, they're really competitive right now, and I wonder, do they want to remove a piece like Kevin Love? They're off to a decent start. Again, Kevin Love for the next few years is going to be making 28 to 30 some million dollars a year. Cleveland might want to get off the books for that. They went over that cap. Remember, Dan Gilbert, the owner of that team, he went over that cap every year that LeBron was back on that roster. So maybe he wants to just kind of enjoy being under the cap for a few years. We will see. I think that's the most likely trade option out there. Can you get a deal done for Kevin Love without moving on from CJ McCollum? Maybe, because Hassan is in the last year of his deal, maybe an expiring contract of Hassan Whiteside and Yusuf Nurkic could get you Kevin Love. Right? Zach, I know Collins is out with injury right now, but maybe Hassan Whiteside's expiring contract is enough to get you Kevin Love. Portland's got to pull the trigger on that. And I would look into trading CJ McCollum because I just don't think it's going to work. Like, I know Dame and CJ are kind of just counting on 1 year they're going to get hot and they're going to make it to the finals. I just don't ever see that happening. Because, look, let's say they get to the conference finals. Either you got LeBron and AD in your way, or for the foreseeable future, you got Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. All due respect to Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, Kawhi and PG can lock up Dame and CJ. Listen to me what I'm about to tell you. On the other end of the court, though, Dame and CJ, they can't do anything with Kawhi Leonard or Paul George. I don't want to bring up last year. I know the Thunder were bounced in the playoffs in 5 games to Portland last year. Paul George had double shoulder surgery. He was hurt, y'all. He was hurt. He was banged up for real, for real. Not trying to make excuses for the guy. He was legit hurt. I mean, he ain't even returned from he about to return from the shoulder surgery this week. You know he was hurt for real. All I'm saying is the Portland Trailblazers are going to have to make a move. And I wonder, is the conversation of trading CJ McCollum happening within that management group right now? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Would you trade CJ McCollum if you're in the Portland Trailblazers shoes? What would you do to make this team better? It seems like they're struggling to convince a third star to come. They're running out of money with the money that they're paying Yusuf Nurkic. He ain't made it to the playoffs the last couple years. What do you do if you're Portland? I'm out. You into sports? We got you. NFL news? I got you. NBA news, NBA highlights, NBA full coverage, feature stories, all that great stuff. I got you. We even got a little bit of Madden and 2K mixed in. Subscribe to this platform, and I got you. More quality content on the way. Subscribe.